After starting the year with 4 of the first 5 on the road, 3 of the next 4 are at home for Las Vegas as the Lights play host to Sacramento Republic. Alongside former MLS striker Ricky Lopez, that's been on Michael Watrang. So great to have you with us here this evening. And as we come on the air, this is what the standings look like in the Western Conference of the USL Championship, presented by AMR and Medic West Ambulance. Sac Republic sits in 4th right now on the table. You see those top 3 teams with 12 points or more. Meanwhile, Las Vegas, yes, they're below the playoff line, but a win in this match propels them into the top 6 in the West. And the issue that the Lights have not had this season is finding the back of the net between Abraham Okire and Johnny Rodriguez, 6 of the team's 8 goals.
Johnny Rodriguez and Okire just so influential for the Las Vegas Lights. Okire is going to play on the right-hand side, but he's actually left-footed, so he's going to come centrally. And Johnny Rodriguez has the ability to go and search the game, the ability to combine and score goals. These 2 players are going to put a lot of pressure on Sacramento's back line.
Sacramento has played 7 matches in all competitions this year. 5 of those have been clean sheets, and only Detroit has given up fewer goals in the USL.
It starts in the back for Neil Collins and Sacramento Republic, understanding that if you are compacting, you're very difficult to break down. It's going to give you a foundation, allowing your attacking players to be a little bit more aggressive going forward. For Neil Collins, this side is balanced, and they know exactly who they are on and off the ball. And
they have a variety of goal scorers as well. Kyle Edwards, 12 goals last year with Hartford. Had a brace against Valley 559 in the U.S. Open Cup second round.
Kyle Edwards, he's big, he's physical, but has really soft feet. He's going to stay as high as he possibly can to try to occupy the 2 center backs for the Las Vegas Lights. Service into him, especially in around the 18-yard box, is going to be crucial for Sacramento if they want to steal points here on the road.
In 2 regular season meetings last season, Sacramento outscored Las Vegas 7-0. Will that change here this evening? It's the 18th all-time meeting. Las Vegas and Sacramento kickoff is next.
Being diagnosed with cancer was the hardest thing I've ever faced. Funny how when I got the news, it was life's simple things that mattered most, like nights out with the kids. As a candidate for a new clinical trial right here in Vegas, I've been able to spend more time with them, sharing moments like these, making memories, and never missing a family night out.
Everyone is looking for a better future, but knowing how to get there can be difficult. At Rise Credit Union, we invest in our communities and empower our members to realize their potential and take control of their finances. Because with the right financial knowledge, 24/7 access, and genuine care, we believe there are no limits to what you can achieve. Become a part of something bigger than just a bank. Rise, beyond banking.
If you're injured in an accident, here are the things that matter. Who you hire to represent you matters.
Where they live may seem like it doesn't matter, it matters.
The Richard Harris Law Firm employs over 150 local people.
Trabajamos aquí.
We live right here. We know Nevada. We know the courts, and we know how to win.
If you're injured in an accident, who you hire to represent you matters.
Tonight's Las Vegas Lights broadcast is presented by Comprehensive Cancer Centers and by ULITs. Las Vegas and Sacramento getting ready to collide for the 18th time. Sac Republic have won 9 of those 18 matches, but 7 have been decided by just 1 goal. As we look at the starting lineups presented by Richard Harris Law Firm for Las Vegas, they make 4 changes, including the first career pro start for Christian Landfear.
We talked to Devin Rensing, and he was really open and very honest, saying defensively they need to do a better job in terms of their box defending specifically. So Jones and Guillen need to do a fantastic job at keeping Smart and Antonoglu very connected within that back four. You have Provo and Ibarra. They'll be the security blankets. Provo will be a little bit more box to box. Now it comes down to that front four, expected to be vertical and expansive.
Neil Collins makes one change on the other side. Forster Jago out, Kyle Edwards in up top.
We've talked about Kyle Edwards, how big and physical he's going to be. He's going to stay high, which will allow Rodriguez, Vonner, and Willie to stay underneath. Willie will play in between lines. Arturo Rodriguez, he's going to float. He might come century and almost look like dual tens. And Vonner will push wide in terms of going 1v1 in isolation. That front four, they're really good. They like to combine off one another, and they could put pressure on Las Vegas Lights early and often.
So we're just about ready to kick things off here for the first 5 game on the road for Las Vegas. And they are at home for just the second time this year. Meanwhile, Sacramento getting ready to embark on 5 of the next 6 on the road. Great to have you with us for our matchup this evening. While it has been lopsided overall, Las Vegas have 4 wins in 9 tries here on this pitch. Sacramento put the ball in play, and this match is underway. Las Vegas Lights and Sacramento Republic here this evening in the USL Championship. Michael Wattrang, Ricky Lopez, Espen, and our entire crew delighted to have you along for the ride here this evening. These two groups tangling for the first time this season. While Sacramento last year, a 2-0 win on this field, 5-0 was the victory at home. Las Vegas wearing the man-made gray with pinstripe kits. It's the crimson kits for Sacramento this evening. Ricky, what are you watching for over the next 90 minutes? For
Sacramento, especially after a really good result beating Phoenix Rising, they're going to be very confident. They're going to be in a rhythm. You're looking at Mark-Anthony Kaye and Crisostamo in that central location to try to take the game away from the Las Vegas Lights. And it's very simple. For Devin Rensing, defend. You need to defend. You need to be organized specifically early on.
It's a Las Vegas team that have lost 3 times by 3-2 margins. And they've been in a variety of ways. They've overcome 2-goal deficits. They've seen leads evaporate in that time. But Devin Rensing knows that with 4 matches decided by 1 goal overall this season, 3 of which are losses, he knows that the margins are tight, and this is an important game for this Las Vegas team to get on the right track and play a consistent 90. Danny Vitiello, he will become the Sacramento all-time leader in minutes just beyond the half-hour mark today. Landfair is back there. He gets the start. Many thought maybe Jared Mazzola would get the start against his former side after he made 12 appearances the last couple of years for Sac Republic, but instead he finds himself on the bench. And Landfair, who is in his first professional season, played a couple of years with Ballard FC in USL League 2, comes over, and in his first pro start gets a really good Sacramento team.
Also had a really good conversation, Michael, you and I, with Devin Rensing. We talked about that middle third. What does it look like in a perfect world? And he said, look, there's a lot of fluidity. There's a lot of flexibility for our side.
The fluidity has worked out well. They have the 3rd most goals in the league this year, 8 for the season. Here's Arturo Rodriguez.
So early in this game, 4 minutes in, you're seeing Las Vegas Lights actually start in a 4-1-4-1 formation. So Akira's going to play right next to Ibarra. Provo will be the lone sitter.
This ball drifts in. Edwards finds a little bit of space. Goes behind the back with it. It trickles out. Corner kick. First one of the match. And it belongs to Sac Republic.
And it's going to be really important because that is exactly where Willie likes to operate. If you can isolate Provo for Sacramento Republic, you're going to start to find success and feed Kyle Edwards.
Arturo Rodriguez gets the first corner. Coming off of a single season best of his career with 6 goals in the USL Championship. And just as he was ready to get this one going inside of the box, an immediate whistle. Rami Touchon is our center official for this one. The first time that he's carried the whistle in a USL Championship match this year. Rodriguez rifles. One head, one boot. Into midfield we go. And here comes Las Vegas. They want to be fast in the counter. And this is a really good ball. Guillen. Finally, that ball goes in. It's knocked down by Arteaga. Arteaga bends it around the defense, but misses the targets.
The idea was right for the Lights, trying to turn their box defending into a transitional moment. But as this ball comes in for Provo, if you are Christian Pinzon, you need to call off Arteaga here. You have the better angle. If you can just step into it, really test Danny Vitiello as Arteaga gets a sloppy first touch. Really difficult to try to get it back on target.
Devin Rensing echoed the fact that this is still an attacking group that is building those relationships and wants to see the dynamic between Arteaga and Johnny Rodriguez. Feels like they can be interchangeable at points, but that Johnny Rodriguez might be more beneficial playing behind him and pulling the strings.
Well, we've seen Johnny Rodriguez, whether it was last year under Devin Rensing, whether it was with the Yokan Roots, have so much success when the field's in front of him, meaning that he can go on and attack the goal and see his options because his decision-making, his bite, and his timing when to arrive in the 18-yard box is what really sets him apart. And Arteaga, a big physical number 9, likes to play with his back to goal. So it's a really good complementary of those two players.
Las Vegas haven't scored in this fixture since September of 2024. Granted, the 2024 West quarterfinal ended 0-0 and Las Vegas advanced, winning in penalties 3-2, but it's been over 330 minutes since the last time that they struck the chords.
And also notice when building out how separated the two center backs in Jones and Guillen are. That allows Provo or Ibarra to drop in and be that third center back, but most importantly, Antonoglu, bottom of your screen, being really aggressive and high from his outside back position.
Provo drops back, goes direct with this ball along the sideline. Antonoglu.
Good ball.
A lot of real estate on that side as well. Pinzon is offside. Here's Devin Rensing. Second season with Las Vegas. First full season after being the assistant with Ben Pierman in Charleston. And he wanted experience within this group this year. Wanted to bring in players that understood what it took to win. And they're being tested here early with one win through the first 5. That ball slides through a lot of bodies all the way back to Vitiello. Benitez. Might get that ball around as it goes out for a Sacramento throw. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report presented by AMR and Medic West Ambulance. And despite many teams in the league still trying to get healthy at the beginning of the year, neither of these two teams officially reporting any injuries here on week 6 of the USL Championship. That ball trickles out. That was out of the reach there of Aaron Essel, the 20-year-old Ghanan.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, Sacramento Republic finding it quite difficult to get any sort of rhythm, especially when playing out of the back with a high press that the Lights are applying.
Scoreless so far in the 18th fixture between these two groups. The USL on CBS Sports Network kicks off on April 18th with an Eastern Conference showdown. Charleston Battery takes on the fast start Tampa Bay Rowdies at 3 p.m. Eastern. Catch the action on the CBS Sports Network on April 18th. How about the Battery today? They fell 3-0 at Brooklyn. The Brooklyn team that only scored 2 goals all season long. And then Tampa Bay in a back-and-forth matchup with Oakland sees a 2-2 draw out as they don't win a match for the first time in their first 5.
Talking about the parity in this league, Charleston Battery, after beating Louisville at Lynn Family Stadium, turns around and drops points at Brooklyn.
Rodriguez belts it off of a boot for a corner.
Yeah, this right-hand side for Sacramento Republic can cause some issues. As Arturo Rodriguez, we've talked about his flexibility to come centrally to provide the width in 1v1 situations. Essel does a really good job at just leading Rodriguez into this corner, getting a dangerous set piece as Benitez stands over it.
Michel Benitez, the 30-year-old Mexican, crosses this inside of the 18. It bounces past Vonner. Rodriguez. Willie pivots away from traffic. Essel. Benitez bashes. Willie resets. Lifts this ball over the top of that first defender, but not the second. Okire knocks it back. Las Vegas look to surge in the counter. That's a terrific ball. It trickles all the way over. Vitiello reads it well. The flag was down. That is alert play there from one of the league's best goalkeepers.
Especially as Sacramento Republic like to commit a lot of numbers forward. They can leave themselves vulnerable in transitional moments. Good ball from Okire.
Antonoglu arcs it towards the back post. It gets headed right back to Vitiello. The USL Championship's all-time leader in career shutouts. Well, for Devin Rensing, he's at an advantage compared to Neil Collins. Las Vegas doesn't have another match until April 22nd, so they have 11 days between games. Meanwhile, for this Sacramento side, they play again on Tuesday. They host Minnesota United in the U.S. Open Cup's round of 32. That'll be a good one. Vonner gets a throw out of this despite the pressure, and Smart being knocked to the surface. Throw in Sacramento. Here's a look at Neil Collins, 2021 USL Championship Coach of the Year with Tampa Bay Rowdies, now his second season with Sac Republic.
Talk about rotations as well for Sacramento Republic. Now they build out in a 3, so Benitez plays as a double pivot next to Crisostomo, allowing Mark-Anthony Kaye to push higher. So if you are Las Vegas Lights, you have to be aware of that, and Provo needs to drop in next to Ibarra so you have a security blanket, because the last thing that you want is your single pivot to be isolated versus 2 Sacramento Republic players.
What's a single pivot mean for those of us that don't know?
So it's one defensive midfielder, especially because we've talked about for the Las Vegas Lights, they're playing with Provo and Okire as 2 attacking midfielders. On the either side, you have Pinzon and John Rodriguez. So defensively, you're only left with 1 player in front of your front 4. So you need to help that player at covering ground to be man for man against the Sacramento Republic attack.
Well, they're going to get a long throw here. Aaron Essel, not even in the picture. He's going to the warning track here at Cashman Field. Now he joins the party. Cranks this in. It trickles out. Rodriguez wanted it. Instead, it comes out. Willie wallops. It falls loose. It hits a body. And Kaye gets denied. Sweltering pressure here. Give and go. A chance here all the way across. It just eludes the boot of Edwards. Essel brings it down. He spins it in. Antonoglu finally sweeps it out towards midfield. Artiago is the only man back. Couldn't hold it up. Another ball in. Edwards chests it. Tries to get space against Jones. And he handles it well this time.
Good defensive positioning there from Jones, because it's a brilliant idea from Cal Edwards trying to bring it down on his chest. But you start to see, once they're in a rhythm, how explosive Sacramento Republic can be. And here again.
That was dangerous right there if you are Landfear, but why not be aggressive in your first career starts? It leads to this chance here for the Lights. So Okire wants it. He's wide open, but he's never going to see it. Good takeaway. But again, not on the same page. 2 good chances for the Lights in the attacking third. They just can't find the right weight of the pass.
Seems once the Las Vegas Lights get to that final third, it's lacking a little bit of quality, not having the ability to connect that final ball. And especially against a team like Sacramento Republic that you and I highlighted how good defensively they are. You need to take your chances and you need to be clinical.
Edwards makes the run. He wants it. And he gets it. Plays it back. Vonner had started to go inside. It's the second time we've seen Edwards go with a no-look behind the back pass. A man that is feeling confidence on his new club. Artiaga can't hold it up. Antonoglu watches this one go out. The USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. Essel throws it into the ground. Springs into space. This time Rodriguez steals. There's plenty of room in the middle of the park this time. Probo goes wide. Pinzon dribbles against the defender. Pinzon pummels. It doesn't miss by much. Does take a deflection though and leads to a Las Vegas corner.
Start on one side of the field, end on the other, and now you allow Pinzon to be at his best when he's running at the opposing defense at pace. Little dip of the shoulder. That touch is really good to create a little bit of separation between him and Benitez, and you see what he's trying to do. Bend it towards this far post. Whether it is a deflection between Mark-Anthony Kaye, Benitez, or Danny Vitiello, good action for the Lights.
A Richard Harris Law Firm corner kick. Probo pounds it across, and that ball gets headed back out right into the middle of your screen. Guillen blasts this ball. How about that? It beats Vitiello. It was always going to be something special from that distance to beat the USL's all-time leader in shutouts. It's the first in a Lights kit. Guillen celebrates the opening in the 20th minute.
Sometimes it's not the initial ball, it's the secondary phase that can cause some issues, but notice the amount of time Aaron Guillen has to take this touch, get his body squared, and with the amount of traffic right in front of Danny Vitiello, you put it on target, you just cause a nightmare for a goalkeeper. As it does kiss off the grass right as it approaches the goal. Great strike for the Las Vegas Lights, and they take the lead here in the 21st minute.
It's only the third USL regular season goal for Guillen. He had 2 in 192 career matches, and he has his first here in the early going of the 2026 season in his opening campaign with the Lights, and a margin now with an advantage for Las Vegas. Las Vegas Lights goal presented by Circus Hotel and Casino.
You are Neil Collins. You're going to be really frustrated with how you concede this goal for two reasons. Just no pressure on the ball whatsoever. And two, if you're Danny Vitiello, you should be saving this ball and pushing it wide. We talked about all the accolades that he has, the quality, the experience. He's going to look at that one back and feel he should be doing better.
And this is a Sacramento team that had given up 3 goals all year. Granted, if you're going to get to them early. That's the third first half goal allowed. The only other one that they've allowed in all competitions is in the 84th minute. Probo. And Pinzon has had so much room on that right side. Smart overlaps. Pinzon picks him out. Smart slingshots in. Pinzon was waiting. Okire! He absolutely crushed that ball, but a little bit of a smile. He is a man that is feeling it right now for Las Vegas.
The right-hand side for the Las Vegas Lights causing all sorts of issues for Sacramento Republic. Acrobatic here from Okire. But again, a little bit of miscommunication between Johnny Rodriguez and Manuel Arteaga. That ball ricochets to Okire. But good action once again for the Lights.
Well, entering this matchup here this evening, only Birmingham had fewer touches inside of the opposition box than Las Vegas. There are 8 teams with at least 100. 7 of those 8 are above the playoff line. So if you're looking at success rates, you want to get the ball inside of the 18. That typically leads to good things. And the Lights, so far, at least at this point in the season, haven't been able to translate that enough. Now, with Arteaga back healthy, with Rodriguez and the way that Okire is playing, you expect that number to rise.
Who needs box touches when you can pull it from distance like Guillen?
Let's see how Sacramento responds to falling behind in this matchup. It has been much more even when these two teams have played here in Las Vegas. In fact, it's a split. 4 wins each and 1 draw in 8 meetings here in the Sin City. That ball bounces down. Okire ends up picking it up as he looks for outlets. Well, in all of the 3-2 losses that Las Vegas have had this year, at no point did they score the opening goal in any of those. So let's see if they can play with the advantage in this matchup. Guillen lifts this down the sideline. Antonoglu check that. That was Rodriguez that got a piece and dribbles it out.
Through 25 minutes of this first half, we've seen Las Vegas Lights play wide more often than not, and that is because Vanna and Arturo Rodriguez are really high. They want nothing to do with defending and dropping back, and that Devin Renting understands that. So if you can have Johnny Rodriguez, if you can have Pinzon, one of your two best 1v1 players, just isolated with their individual outside back, that is a matchup that you will take all day. But for Neil Collins, you need to have a little bit more responsibility from your wingers just to drop down just like this to help out defensively.
Well, that was a stumbling, bumbling run right there by Kay. He loses it, commits the foul as well, and it looks like he will not see a card this time.
Mark Anthony Kay, massive signing in the offseason for Sacramento Republic, loses his footing, and he catches late. Johnny Rodriguez is looking for a card, and rightly so. That ball is gone. No ill intent, but Mark Anthony Kay has to be walking a really fine line for the remainder of this match.
Kay picked up a red card in the U.S. Open Cup's first round matchup against El Farolito, and fortunate to not be booked here. Probo skies it across the field. Jones tries to get a piece, instead beats Edwards to it. Not a lot of those gray pinstriped kits around the 18-yard box this time. Guillen, the goal scorer, in the 20th minute, lifts that again along the right. Arteaga comes out as an outlet. Pinzon, Smart, Arteaga, Smart, juggles off of his boots and out. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Willie. Essel draws the contacts against Rodriguez. There's one of Ricky's good friends right there.
I like the hairdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look. You're into the Elvis impersonation game, right? What you do on the weekends?
No, I just listen to Shimza.
Oh, yeah.
Good read.
Las Vegas have taken Sacramento out of their game plan. Big credit goes to the Lights so far in this match. Viniello keeps the ball inside of the 18 to pick that ball up. Well, this is a Sacramento team that is experienced, but they're also a team that relies heavily on the starting lineup. They have the fewest minutes per substitute of any team in the league, so these players have been really taxed. And with the U.S. Open Cup coming up as well, and all these games in tight windows, you wonder what the conditioning will be like for this group and how Neil Collins is going to manage this team throughout the rest of this match.
And it's an interesting fact because you look at the roster, there is a lot of talent on the Sacramento Republic side. You look at a player that came over from Monterey Bay, Malongo. Ryan Spalding in there as well. Forster Jago has had success in the USL Championship. Memo Rodriguez signed with Mark Anthony Kane, had experience and success in MLS. So this team is extremely deep as well. Good ball.
A lot of space for Vonner. Vonner lays it through the middle and bangs off of a backside, and it trickles into the net. An unfortunate bounce for the Lights, a fortuitous one for Sac Republic. The score ties at 1.
This whole play is about Mark Anthony Kay. First, his positioning. Center of your screen as he receives this ball with his hips open, and notice how he disguises this ball into Vonner. Think it's gonna go wide, he breaks the line and he continues his run. And as he makes his run towards the top of the 6-yard box, that pulls out Guillen, that pulls out Jones, and that allows Kyle Edwards to sit right there. Fantastic movement, and he gets rewarded. Hits off his backside into the back of the net, and Sacramento Republic draw even after a really good team goal.
So we're tied at 1. And they're going to give it to Kay for his opening goal. So it hits off of Kay, and he's going to be credited with his first goal in a Sacramento kit.
Question here, does it hit off of his left elbow here? I'll tell you what, seems like it does, but no VAR here in USL Championship, so whatever the call is stands. And right after that, Aaron again quickly going to our referee saying that it was a handball in fact.
That's a tough break for Las Vegas, a team that has had a lot of breaks go against them. And at 1-1 now in the first half, let's see how Las Vegas responds. Only one team has scored more than 1 goal against Sacramento this year. That was El Paso on March 28th. Locomotive winning 2-1.
And again, it goes back to our conversation with Devin Rensing. The box defending continues to lack. When that ball goes wide, Guillen, Jones, Smart, and Antonoglu need to be man-for-man, touch tight with an attacking player. Space is not going to score the goal. The players are going to score the goal. Again, if you're going to be watching film, you're going to be frustrated if you are Devin Rensing.
Let's see if the Lights can respond. In a 1-1 matchup, Guillen, who scored that opener. Antonoglu wanted the pass back. Instead, Rodriguez intercepts his own misfire. Okire can't hold on to it. And Guillen hits this ball all the way back to his own defensive box where Lamphere picks it up. And in your first professional start, you watch that ball hit the backside of a player, and you're going to look back on that, and the first goal that you ever allowed as a starter is going to be one that you wish there was VAR for to call that one off.
Nothing that Lamphere can do there. Nothing. His team just leaves him out to dry, not having the ability to provide coverage for him. So now understanding that it is the first goal, that professional goal that you concede, Aaron Guillen, Nate Jones need to play a ball into him, get his confidence a little bit higher, and just play your goalkeeper back into this game.
With about a quarter hour to go in this first half, will either side take an advantage into the locker room? Essel up Up and over the top. It bounces off of Jones. Guillen guides it down the park. And then to Antonoglu for a throw. There have been times this year with Las Vegas where they have been just a little bit shell-shocked and haven't been able to get back into the match. Hey, Las Vegas Lights fans, scan the QR code on your screen for more on the official protein drink of the Las Vegas Lights. Visit drinkpromino.com for more. Rodriguez gets it back from Arteaga on a cycling ball. Rodriguez gets tackled, and Sacramento see a card for the first time. Aaron Essel is the first man to see yellow tonight.
"21 touches for Johnny Rodriguez through the first half here. Need to get him a little bit more involved. Good relationship shown by Arteaga. Stands up Kleeman. That allows Rodriguez to be a little bit more vertical. There's a lot of contact there from Essel. Almost seems like he extends his arm to the back of Johnny Rodriguez. Picks up the first yellow card of the match.
So let's see if Las Vegas can take advantage of a free kick. Probo lines it up. Former Creighton Blue Jay will be the man that cycles it towards the back post. Vitiello taps it. Flag up for offside, otherwise it would have been a corner.
Great school he went to, Probo.
Showcase the skill that they teach you there to flare that ball out of play.
Las Vegas Lights fans, when I say Beaver, you say Lights.
Better than Marquette. Best Big E school there is.
Oh, I don't know if it's a top 5. Might not be top 10, and I don't even know if there's more than 10 in the conference. Probably better than DePaul, I'll give you that. Although Chicago, Omaha, I've never been to Omaha, you'd have to tell me.
DePaul is just catching strays for no reason.
Antonoglu commits the foul. Sacramento restart at Neil Collins. Sensing that his team might be able to take an advantage off of this restart. Rodriguez. Let's see if Essel's going to go take this one again. He took a long throw earlier, but now it's Rodriguez, goes short. And he's offside.
Frustration clearly shown by Arturo Rodriguez. Willie needs to be smarter there. Understanding that Rodriguez is about 2 yards offside, but good line shown for the Las Vegas Lights to recognize that and quickly step up.
Sacramento did not score a first half goal in March in any of their first 6 matches. But now they have 3 first half goals in their first 2 games of April. Desmond on the left side. Benitez goes right back to that back line. Kleeman. Smart heads it. Crisostomo, who spent 2 years here in Las Vegas. 49 appearances. Essel.
Better defensively for the Lights here in the last couple minutes. Notice how congested that central location is, not allowing anything for Sacramento.
Five minutes plus stoppage time remains in the first half. Tied at a goal apiece. Essel lifts it across. Smart sends it to the sideline. Guillen scored in the 20th minute. Kay scored in the 30th minute. Michael Watrang, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and the rest of our crew enjoying this matchup with you here this evening in the USL Championship. Sides pinging the ball around and not really carving out a lot of space. Ultimately, that ball goes out. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, the player's choice. Okire slides that through a couple defenders. Probo for Smart. Arteaga comes out. Pinzone. Arteaga slides in. He had other options there. Instead plays it back. It's taken away. Vonner. Give and go with Edwards. Vonner retreats. Kay can't hold on to it. Pinzone grabs it back, lifts it over the top. Rodriguez tries to slide past Kleeman, and he is going to see a yellow card for that infraction. And that was a quick strike that time around with the direct ball.
This whole action starts with the wrong decision of Vonner. You need to continue to be aggressive. There is no need to try to punch this ball back into Mark-Anthony Kay. Good work from Pinzone. And notice how clever this touch is from Johnny Rodriguez. And notice how he lifts it. Understanding that Kleeman's really aggressive. He's going to step into it. So just pop it over his foot, invite the contact, and get the center back into the book. Well done by Johnny Rodriguez.
It's two defenders with bookings, Essel and Kleeman.
And it's no coincidence they're both on the right-hand side where Johnny Rodriguez plays as well. He is such a clever player that tries to gain any advantage that he can.
Well, Manuel Arteaga is pacing this one off. He dazzled at the end of last year with goals in 5 of the final 7 matches. Arteaga launches right to Vitiello. Vitiello just shy of 11,000 career minutes. In the 33rd minute today became Sacramento's all-time leader in minutes. An illustrious career for the 2023 goalkeeper of the year. Defenders converging from all sides. Viniello gets it away. Kleeman. Essel. 45th minute of play. Tied at a goal apiece in the first half. One minute of first half stoppage time.
The fourth official has indicated that 1 minute of stoppage time will be added to the first half.
Essel elects to go direct. Landfair. Ball bangs off of a body, nearly given away by Probo, and he's fortunate to get it back and draw contact.
Devin Rensing in his technical area is irate with Probo. You need to play forward, you need to face forward, and you need to break lines, especially with how aggressive Vonner and Arturo Rodriguez are being in their positioning. Continue to get Johnny Rodriguez and Pinzón involved, and that's going to be a massive talking point for Devin Rensing in this halftime. And for Neil Collins, if you can continue to get Kyle Edwards service into him, finding Willie Rodriguez, Mark-Anthony Kaye in those pockets, then you have a numerical advantage all to play for in this next 45 minutes.
Well, both teams will hit the drawing boards for the second half of play. 45 minutes in the books. Each team has scored once. In the 20th minute, it was Guillen with a long launch. And then it was a sweet smooch off of Kaye's arm in the 30th minute that tied the score. We're at halftime here in Las Vegas. Halftime report comes your way in a moment.
Hello, my name is Ramon Martin del Campo, City of Henderson police officer and former Las Vegas Lights team captain. My mother, Susie, desperately waited for a second chance after years of fighting kidney disease. Through a paired kidney exchange program, she was able to receive the gift of life through transplant. Currently, about 85% of Americans waiting need a kidney transplant. I am a living kidney donor. Nevadans are giving. Join us at wearenevadans.org.
Escape to a vacation at Circus Circus. Experience the thrill of the Adventure Dome. 5 acres with more than 25 rides to keep you on the edge of your seat. Ride our newest attractions, Nebula Z, Twists and Teacups, Circus Swings, and Little Sprinter Raceway. More rides, more excitement, an experience for the entire family. Life's a circus. Let's play!
If you're injured in an accident, here are the things that matter. Who you hire to represent you matters.
Where they live may seem like it doesn't matter, it matters.
The Richard Harris Law Firm employs over 150 local people.
Trabajamos aquí.
We live right here. We know Nevada. We know the courts. And we know how to win.
If you're injured in an accident, who you hire to represent you matters.
Halftime in Las Vegas. Each side scores in the first half. Guillen in the 20th. Kaye in the 30th. We're level at a goal apiece. As we look forward to a big summer of soccer, let's take a look at some of the USL players making their imprints on the world stage.
With the field for World Cup 2026 now set, the USL can enjoy its place in the countdown to history. Never before has an active USL player taken part in a World Cup, until now. For the past 2.5 years, more than 30 players from USL Championship and League One battled through World Cup qualifying. This summer, 6 of them have a chance to hit the field for their respective countries. Miami FC teammates Eloy Rom and Jurgen Locadia made history, helping Curacao qualify for the World Cup for the first time ever. Curacao will face Germany, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador in group play. And for the first time since 1974, Haiti will take part in the World Cup, following a very unique road through qualifying. 4 championship players, Duke Lacroix and Garvin Matusala of Colorado Springs, Delence Pierre from FC Tulsa, and Carl Sente from New Mexico United, led Haiti through qualifying without playing a home match. Now the Haitian team faces a tough group at the World Cup with matches against Brazil, Morocco, and Scotland. But while World Cup qualifying owned the spotlight in late March, several USL players took part on U.S. youth national teams, also on the world stage. Colton Swan of Charleston Battery scored a goal for the U.S. Under-20 team against Argentina in Argentina. Orange County SC's Tyson Espy played for the Under-17 team in Paraguay. And the U.S. Under-18 team played in Portugal, featuring Ramiz Hamuda from Birmingham Legion, Brandon Days of Louisville City, and Jameer Johnson from Orange County SC.
This week on USL All Access, which championship team benefited the most from the third-round Open Cup draw? Ben Pierman, head coach of the Charleston Battery, becomes the second youngest and second fastest to 100 USL Championship victories. And how about MD Myers? Forward from the Tampa Bay Rowdies joins us to talk his unique career path and what it's like being the main man under Dom Casciato.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines this week. Charleston Battery head coach Ben Pierman achieved his 100th victory in the championship in Week 5, the 6th coach in championship history to reach that milestone. And that 2-0 win was a big one, Charleston's first ever road victory against Louisville City. We have 4 remaining unbeaten teams: San Antonio, El Paso, Hartford, and Tampa Bay. The Rowdies are the lone team with all wins so far, 4 of them thanks in big part to crunch time. 4 goals scored in the final 15 minutes of matches plus added time, and 5 goals scored by substitutes. So our USL Championship Coach of the Month is no surprise. Dominic Casciato of those Tampa Bay Rowdies. Casciato helped rebuild that roster during the offseason and right now has everything working as planned. National broadcasts coming up in the USL Championship. Charleston Battery hosting those Rowdies next Saturday, and USL Cup El Clamico style, Rhode Island and Hartford. That match is on the 25th. Both of those matches are on CBS Sports Network. We're getting closer to the second half. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
The scoreline is a goal apiece for Las Vegas and Sacramento here this evening. Michael Watring, Ricky Lopez-Espin and her crew back with you here at the half. Ricky will have his thoughts on some of these scores here in just a few seconds, but let's give you what we're looking at right now in the USL Championship. For this weekend's activities, Darren Smith scores his league-leading 5th goal of the year, a 1-0 victory for Detroit. Rhode Island scores 3 times to take down Lexington. How about El Paso? They just keep cruising right along. 3 first-half goals in that one. Jack Blake becomes Indy 11's all-time leading goal scorer with his 28th in that matchup. Tampa Bay and Oakland go down to the wire. 2-2 is the final in that game. And then Orange County beats Tulsa 1-0. McKinnon scores in the 55th minute. Phoenix has the advantage with about 20 minutes to go. Sacco scored in the 13th minute on a penalty in that matchup. There's one more match to come on Sunday. That's Birmingham and Pittsburgh. No time for Ricky at halftime here, so we'll have to step out. We'll get his thoughts on the first half of this game. It's 1-1 Las Vegas and Sacramento tied at a goal apiece. We'll be back with more here in just a moment.
Diagnosticado con cáncer fue lo más difícil que he enfrentado. Cuando recibí la noticia, lo que más importaba eran las cosas simples de la vida, como las salidas de noche con los niños. Como candidato a un nuevo ensayo clínico aquí mismo en Las Vegas, he podido pasar más tiempo con ellos, creando recuerdos y nunca perderme una salida de noche con familia.
Hola, soy Ramón Martín del Campo, oficial de policía en Henderson y ex capitán del equipo de Las Vegas Lights. Estoy orgulloso de haber sido un donante vivo y que mi madre fue una beneficiada con un riñón. El 85% de los americanos en la lista de espera necesitan un trasplante de riñón. Los nevadenses damos esperanza. Únete a nosotros en wearenevadans.org.
At Capriati's, we slow roast butterball turkeys overnight, then hand pull them every morning, and carefully slice the most premium beef sold in America, Snake River Farms American Wagyu. We've been doing this for 50 years. We believe real food made with the best ingredients is worth the extra effort. It's why the Bobby was voted America's greatest sandwich, and why we earned a place in the Cheesesteak Hall of Fame. Try any of our award-winning sandwiches today and taste why we're simply the best since 1976. Sign up for Capriati's Rewards and get a free small sub with purchase.
Sin City is the backdrop for this one, as tonight's Las Vegas Lights broadcast is presented by Comprehensive Cancer Centers and by Hewlett's. We welcome you back here to Las Vegas. The Lights scored first. Sacramento responded towards the end of the first half, and we are level at a goal apiece here through 45 minutes. Well, these two sides are colliding for the 18th time in history, and in the 20th minute, it was a good push from Las Vegas, but ultimately Aaron Guillen decides to pull the trigger from way outside.
And just notice the amount of time that he has to take his first touch, get his body facing the attacking goal, and then have a strike. He sets his feet as well. Just so much time for him to prepare this shot. Not the best of shots in terms of the location of the goal, but he hits it well. It kisses off the grass right in front of the yellow. A lot of traffic. 1-0 Las Vegas Lights, but this is phenomenal here from Mark-Anthony Kaye. Notice how he's staying centrally, scans the field, and he disguises his pass really well. Think it's going to go around, now comes and breaks the lines, and he continues his movement. Kyle Edwards gets on the end of it. Does it hit off the left arm of Mark-Anthony Kaye? If you're a Las Vegas Lights fan, you say yes. I say yes as well. No VAR in USL Championship. Michael, what do you say? And it's still 1-1.
I say that it did hit his arm.
Okay, good. So we agree.
We do agree. Here are your halftime stats. 5 shots apiece so far. You look at Las Vegas, they had the momentum for a good chunk, but that final 15 minutes, both sides really couldn't find anything in the attack. What do you want to see in half two?
The tempo needs to be quicker, especially when teams get into their defensive set, the movement of the ball from left to right to open up gaps, but also ahead of the ball. You need those selfless types of runs to pull out players to open up space for your teammates.
The fans out here enjoying the festivities here this evening, as it always is. Quite the spectacle in Las Vegas. Why not get a photo? I saw you down there at halftime getting a couple pictures. I know with your influencing game that those will be all over social media shortly.
My influencing game? Have you seen your TikTok?
Not many people have, Ricky. Second half will kickstart here in just a moment. And let's see how the second half plays out. There was one change at halftime. Ryan Spalding replaces Mark-Anthony Kaye in the lineup. I wondered what changes Neil Collins might have at the break. He's got Kleeman and Essel both on yellow cards, and he pulls Kaye. So Las Vegas puts the ball in play, so the second half kickstarts right here, right now. Well, Sacramento have given up multiple goals in just one match this season. That was the 2-1 loss to El Paso at home on March 28th. Meanwhile, Las Vegas, they've had the propensity of giving up a lot of goals. They've also scored a bunch as well. Their 10 goals allowed are tied for the second most, while their 8 goals scored are tied for the third most. And tied at a goal apiece. Who gets the better here in half two? Michael Watreng joined by the former Creighton Blue Jay, Ricky Lopez. That's been in our entire crew settling in for half two. Vonner bends it around. It bounces down and just does elude the late arriving run from Spalding. Now he connects on a cross. Guillen pokes that away.
Going to change things tactically as Mark-Anthony Kaye makes way. It's going to drop in Willie. He's going to play next to Crisostomo in that double midfield role, and also put Arturo Rodriguez as a number 10, where he's probably most comfortable. We've seen him time with North Texas in USL League One, MLS Next Pro, with Phoenix Rising, Charleston Battery. And a lot of success when he plays as a withdrawn striker to pull the strings.
Before Essel can even begin his approach, we have a chat right around the penalty spot. And still, we can't get the throw. It looks like Edwards goes down. Let's see what happens this time. Take 3. And now we do get a whistle for a foul with Nate Jones going down. So once you get warned once, the likelihood of getting the whistle increases. Once it happens a second time, it's definitely going to warrant the whistle from the official. Okire. Pinzone. Okire in a pocket. Lifts it across. Rodriguez brings it down. Probo slides it back. Guillen charges. Guillen. Antonoglu. Rodriguez takes over, slips this across. Smart springs into action, tucks it around. Arteaga tries to go with a back heel. Can't make contact. Sacramento clear.
Really good action for the Las Vegas Lights, but as Sean Smart goes 1v1, you need a secondary run. Pinzone does a good job at coming across Lee Desmond, and Arteaga slow to recognize it. If you are goal side of Fleeman, it's 2-1 in favor of the Las Vegas Lights.
Lights have scored at least 2 in 3 of the last 4. But all of those games ended 3-2 losses. Fair. Zone can't keep it in. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. I wonder what Shimza at Coachella seats look like on SeatGeek.
Shimza fan?
Big Shimza guy. For the last 75 minutes, yeah.
Best DJ in the world, Shimza is.
Is that a fact or is that an opinion?
Fact.
Wow. Willie commits the foul as Okire had the position. And a quick restart ends up with Vidiello. Essel. Desmond. Benitez for Vonner. Vonner dribbles, crosses over, bends it in. Well read by Guillen, stepping in front of Edwards, but you see the dynamic play that Vonner provides on the left.
Just so explosive, and it starts with the left back, Benitez, coming centrally, which gives Vonner the ability to be wide and to go isolated 1v1. In the end, Guillen doing a good job at just beating Kyle Edwards to the spot, but that is exactly where you want Vonner operating in and around that 18-yard box providing service.
Arturo Rodriguez puts it in. Benitez bends it. A one-hopper knotted out. Vonner recycles all the way back to Vitiello now. These two teams had inverse starts to the year. 4 of the first 5 on the road for Las Vegas, 4 of the first 5 at home for Sacramento. Now 6 of the next 9 for Vegas are on this pitch, while 5 of the next 6 are on the road for Sacramento, minus their Open Cup match against Minnesota United and a Prinks Tires USL Cup match against Spokane in a couple weeks.
A play that has been really quiet for this Las Vegas Light side. You and I highlighted in the open, Okire, only 20 touches through 54 minutes of this match. 3 goals already on the season. You need to get him a little bit more impactful. Had a phenomenal showing at FC Tulsa a couple weeks back, but he was actually playing wide. Now he's playing in a different role, playing in a little bit more of a central location in which he doesn't have that much time and space and the ability to go 1v1 like we just saw Vonner. So if you are Devin Rensing, how can you get him on the ball more often? There's going to be a big talking point because you do have weapons, but how do you get them all in the same, on the field at the same time, but also in their positions that they're most comfortable?
This is really the first time in which we've seen extended minutes from Arteaga and Rodriguez on the field at the same time. Just trying to find that right mixtape, if you will. Willie charges along the left sideline, slams the brakes on. Across it goes from Vonner. Spalding brings it down. Spalding arcs it around. Okire chips it past the first man. Sliding up to get to it is Kleeman. He truck sticks Guillen. He's playing with a yellow card. That's not necessarily enough to warrant a second yellow, but no doubt one that will be in the back of the mind for our center official.
Front foot defender from Kleeman, meaning he's very aggressive and will never shy away from any challenge. On a yellow card, you need to be smarter. On the other side, if you're the Lights, you go at him. You continue to test him.
35 minutes left. Kleeman very experienced last couple of years in Tampa Bay, Birmingham, Austin prior to that. Rodriguez. Too late on the run that time as Crisostomo, the former Lights, gets it up to the middle of the field. Smart slows. Pinzone. Smart. Pinzone. Well, there's not a lot there, but Benitez is called for the foul, and Las Vegas sets up a free kick. Propo, Okire reverses, spins it in, and it hits a hand there. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus, hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SiriusXM app. Which team will rise to the top on this occasion, and which will sink down in their chair? Rodriguez forces Lanfear to get it out. Okire elects to turn when he had two options there, and then ultimately commits the foul. And Connor leaves it.
Initially, it looks like he gets the ball here. Wrong decision to try to turn into pressure. Just keep the game simple. But right in front of our referee. Does not agree with the call clearly. But again, just the tempo far too slow for the lights when trying to play out of the back.
Spalding chases, keeps it in play, but can't recover to get it back.
And it's a luxury of having a number 9 now, like Manuel Arteaga, meaning that if you can draw out Sacramento Republic, you can play a little bit more direct into his feet.
Probo gets bumped. Devin Rensing appeals for a foul. Arteaga recovers. Arteaga belts. Vitiello stymies.
Just seems to run out of gas here, Probo, as he scans the field. Nothing in this whatsoever. Good no call by the referee. And as his ball gets popped out to Arteaga, doing a good job at creating his own shot. Again, for both of these sides, whenever you play negative, meaning you're going to play into one of your two center backs or the goalkeeper, that is a pressing trigger, meaning the opponents are going to be more aggressive. They're going to step higher.
Edwards takes advantage of this chance. He gets yanked to the surface just outside of the 18-yard box. Nate Jones sees yellow. Sacramento prepare for a free kick.
Just silly here between Probo and Jones, getting caught between decisions, and that is a clear yellow card. Handful of the jersey, almost tackles Kyle Edwards right outside the 18-yard box, and picks up the first yellow card for the Las Vegas Lights, but more importantly gives Sacramento Republic a comfortable free kick from a really nice distance that prefers a left foot.
It appears as if Benitez has that left peg ready to go.
Really important here for Lanfear not to give any sort of angle, to trust his wall.
Benitez bashes high. Sacramento have scored 4 times this year after the 1 hour mark. Pinzon with a good header. Smart gives it right back. Pinzon. And Smart connect with each other. Pinzon. Probo. Looks like Forster Jago getting ready to go on the sideline. Some fresh wheels to the attack for Sac Republic. I'd imagine it would be Kyle Edwards that would be the man coming out.
Just look at your screen right now, right around the referee. There is no one in a Sacramento Republic jersey. So that is the area that you need to exploit. Get on the half turn, go and expose this back four for Sac.
That's a good look. What you wanted with Okire coming out. Instead, it's played off, and this will be the chance for Sacramento to use the change. Forster Jago coming in, and confirmed it will be Kyle Edwards. having his shift come to a close. Hey, Las Vegas Lights fans, scan the QR code on your screen for more on the official protein drink of the Las Vegas Lights. You can visit drinkpromino.com for more info.
Substitution for Sacramento in the 63rd.
Well, I mentioned at the outset of this game that it was Sacramento that normally doesn't sub the fewest minutes per substitution this year. They've used 2, and Las Vegas have not used 1 so far.
I have to think that Neil Collins also has an eye on the midweek and U.S. Open Cup, trying to keep legs fresh. A couple years removed when Sacramento went all the way to the final, eventually losing to Orlando City. The team that always takes the Open Cup seriously.
They are still the only non-MLS team to reach a final since 2009. Every other final has been MLS versus MLS. And that magical run that they had in 2022. One of the best showcases of the sport and the talent in USL Championship. And that, not one of the best showcases of the sport. A giveaway from Desmond for a corner.
But if you're Vidiello, clear your lines. No need to play into lead Desmond here. Trying to be a bit too cute, especially with the traffic oncoming. Opportunity here for the Lights. Throw a lot of bodies forward. Aim for right on top of that 6-yard box to cause some chaos.
It's a Richard Harris Law Firm corner. Antonoglu gets the honors this time, the Toronto native. Lines it up. Antonoglu arcs. Vidiello stumbles. And a foul is whistled. I'm not sure exactly who he fell over, but that is a veteran goalkeeper that ensures that maybe a mistake for a moment doesn't compound itself. Jago waiting for Smart to make a move. Well, the goal from Aaron Guillen snapped a 338-minute scoreless drought for Las Vegas in the fixture. The last time they scored was when Pinzon had the game winner back in September of 2024. That was a game-winning goal, 2-1. Vegas hoping that it's a similar finish to our match here tonight with a late game winner from the Lights. Kay gets credited with the equalizer in the 30th minute. And that's where we sit at a goal apiece here with about 25 minutes to go in the 18th meeting between these two sides. On his debut, Lanfear really hasn't had to do much. In a few moments that he's been involved. Tiaga gets taken down. It doesn't stop Las Vegas from building with Pinzon. Rolls this ball to the middle, surveys his choices. Overload on the right. And given away, a Jago Splits defenders, tumbles, draws the foul.
Or Serjago's going to give you work rate, but he's also going to give you a body that's going to invite a lot of contact. Pinzón, so now have a transitional moment. Need to be really careful if you are one of these sides, understanding that you do want to create overload. You do want to throw a lot of numbers forward, but that leaves you vulnerable in transitional moments going back the other way, just like this.
Let's see if Las Vegas takes advantage. Pinzón bends it in. Kleeman guides it out. Crisostomo, the last to touch, a throw in for Sacramento. Devin Rensing baffled.
When I say LB, you say LC. LB. LB. LB.
Las Vegas is using a change. Arteaga shift is done. Patrick Leal is the man coming in. And Sacramento makes a change as well. Essel, who had been playing with that yellow card, he comes off, and Chibi Ukebu is the man that comes in. That's one yellow card that they no longer have to think about. Kleeman is the other, the central defender. Vitiello this time doesn't take any chances. Nearly hit the camera. Pretty good work there. Keep that ball away from the expensive equipment. .20 minutes remain. Las Vegas 1, Sacramento 1. Aaron Guillen, his first Las Vegas goal in the 20th minute, put the Lights ahead 1-0, and then Sac Republic equalized. Vonner crosses to Edwards, who belted a ball off the back of Kay to tie the score at a goal apiece, and that's where we sit right now with 20 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Michael Watchring, Ricky Lopez Espin, and our crew taking you to the finish line here this evening in the USL Championship. Six different teams have scored at least 3 goals this weekend.
Talk about having a little bit of vision, not only on the field, but look at this. That is impressive. Understanding where the ball is, protecting the camera, pushing it wide. Well done.
It's peak athleticism. Pinzón pummels. It doesn't miss by much, but it does slide wide right. He appeals for a touch and a corner, does not get one.
Good decision here from Okire, just not to overcomplicate it and keep this game simple. Pinzón has shown the quality. Right foot, left foot. Does it take a touch off Freddie Kleeman as it's going through? But he's been good, Pinzón.
There was one other change in that last sequence. It was Mael Malongo coming in, replacing Vonner on the left for Sacramento. Shots are even, 7 apiece here tonight, but again, you just go back to the biggest difference for Las Vegas. Only 2 of those 7 have been inside of the box. 5 touches inside of Sacramento's box in this evening's matchup. It's gone final between Phoenix and New Mexico. Rising win at 3-0. Sacco with a brace, Gears with a goal.
There's a big result for Paducah and Phoenix Rising. Team that was struggling in 2026.
So now every team in the West other than Monterey Bay have at least one win. And every team but Monterey Bay has at least 5 points. Pending the result of this one. Corner kick for Benitez. Slingshots it around. The header ends up out. Goal kick. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download it now.
You have the ability to bypass the line of pressure. If you are the Las Vegas Lights, you will have so much success and the whole game will start to open up, because so many times Willie and Crisostomo are being really aggressive at staying with that top line. Arturo Rodriguez picks up a yellow card. No need from the number 10 of Sacramento Republic. A little bit of frustration delaying this restart here. If the foul doesn't think it's a foul, it is a foul.
Yellow card issued to Sacramento Republic number 10, Arturo Rodriguez.
Smart. Jones begins his charge. Good angle forward, Rodriguez. Can't beat Desmond to it. Desmond clears. A quarter hour remains. Evan Rensing looking to push the right button down the stretch here. One of the 3 teams in the league to not be shut out this season. El Paso and Tampa are the other 2. Corner kick, whips in, headed aside. Rodriguez was salivating on the chance. Instead, it is Arturo Rodriguez for Malongo in the counter. Malongo has it last touched by Las Vegas. That ball's given away, or nearly was. That one is, and it's a yellow card as well. Malongo earns the 4th Sacramento yellow of the night.
Yellow card issued to Sacramento Republic number 7.
Just too predictable from Lee Desmond. Sean Smart doing a good job at reading and just intercepting it.
Willie works around the pressure, but plays it out. Jones. Good read to get to that second ball. Rodriguez, though, can't keep it in play as Desmond gets in front. either of these two teams be able to add to their score line tonight and get 3 points. Ajago bobbles, gives away. Probo pirouettes. It's an Oglu. Smarts chips it in. Nothing but Sac Republic defenders there. Well, Devin Rensing has Ben Mines, Carson Locker, Knight Pickering. Got some choices over there on the bench, and it looks like it's going to be Ben Mines that has gotten up and will come in at the next stoppage.
Mines is going to give the Light a little bit more of that verticality and that directness within his movement. So you have to think it's either going to be Pinzon coming off, and Kire as well. Watch out.
Here goes Malongo. Plenty of space in front of him. Malongo cuts back. Malongo mashes. Lanfear makes his first big save of his career. In his first start, he denies that chance to keep the game tied at 1.
Well taken here from Malongo. Does all of the hard work. Notice where his first touch leads him towards the goal here. And as you cut in on your preferred right foot, you need to go far post with this. Hit it straight down the center. Good save from Lanfear. But if you are Malongo, you're going to look at this and saying, if I just had a little bit more composure and slot it towards that far post, I'll give my side the lead.
So there is the change. Mines comes in. Okire is the man that comes out. Conversely, for Sacramento, it's Brandon Gainbridge, the former Charlotte FC product, that replaces Arturo Rodriguez. Gainbridge recently signed by the Sacramento group. Had an assist in the Open Cup, round 2.
Had a really difficult time just finding the game, Okire, for the Las Vegas Lights. I have to think that his positioning is better suited for playing wide. Ability to stretch his legs, to go 1v1. When you play in centrally, you don't have as much time and space to operate in. You have to be a bit quicker, tighter, cleaner with your technique. Not saying that he can't do that, but I think he's more effective when he is running at defenders and putting them on their heels. You got one of those, right?
I got 2.
2?
Yeah. One formal, one not formal.
I'll make the TikTok.
Yeah, you need it for the Shimza.
For the Shimza?
The Shimza set.
Okay.
How about that?
For Shimza set.
Sure.
You don't need the in front of it.
Sure. The. Sacramento, the last team to touch that. This is the final match of all our matches going on here today. 10 in total in the USL Championship on the docket today. Only 2 finished as draws. Tampa Bay, Oakland was 2-2. San Antonio, Miami was 0-0. Viniello catches that off the bounce. Of the games that finished in victories, only 2 were decided by a goal. Everything else was 3 goals. With the exception of Rhode Island, Lexington, and Indy and Monterey Bay that were 3-1 finals. 7 minutes plus stoppage time remain in this one. Mines does well. Takes that ball away for a moment. Return feed. Antonoglu tries to spring in. Vitiello appeals for a penalty. Devin Rensing can't believe that there was not a whistle. A stumble and a fall on that sideline from Gainbridge. And here's another look at that last sequence. Antonoglu going in. What do you see?
As this ball comes back across, nothing in this whatsoever. Would have been really harsh for our referee to point to 12 yards out. Going down far too easily. Antonoglu.
Okay, Boo did just enough there to get in front. 5 minutes to go in a 1-1 game. Our goals came 10 minutes apart in the first half hour of the match. Gainbridge. Those fresh legs unable to get around the back line. Smart. Resets. It's been a lot of this tonight. Combined just 5 shots on targets for the match. Desmond goes to ground level. More abrupt than you would like. Looks like it was the arm there of Leal. Takes him down. Sacramento haven't been able to get much in the attack since they brought in the subs. Las Vegas have had the better chances in the last 10 minutes. Few and far between, however, and Leal just way too much on that. Never had a chance of connecting that ball with Ibarra. And Malongo can't bring that ball in. Ajago has the last shot attempt for Sacramento. It was about a quarter hour ago. That actually works out pretty well. Antonoglu pulls away from Ukebu. Doesn't have the choices. Las Vegas look for an option here. Sacramento defending. It's one of their strong suits. They had 5 clean sheets in their first 7 matches to begin the year.
Good ball here.
Leal can't get that past Desmond. Another direct pass. Spalding just gets that out. Rensing with a good touch. Might get an assist here if Las Vegas can score.
Class from Devin Rensing.
Carson Locker is up by the fourth official. The 18-year-old is coming in. Carson Locker replaces Pinzon.
Entering the game, number 18, Carson Locker.
Locker, a St. Charles, Missouri native, spent the last 2 years in MLS Next Pro, once with St. Louis City, the other with FC Cincinnati.
Really high praise from Devin Rensing when you spoke about Locker. Said that he's a complete midfielder that can do a little bit of everything, covers a lot of ground, has bite, aggressiveness in that central location. The next step in his progression is his passing range, the ability to hit a ball over 50, 60 yards with both feet. But the sky is the limit for this young man. A lot of potential.
Mines tries to guide that ball across. Getting to the second one, however, is Ibarra. That cross hits a defender, goes out, corner kick. It is the fourth corner of the match for Las Vegas, brought to you by the Richard Harris Law Firm. Might this be the moment that the Lights break through in the second half and get a winner? 3 minutes of stoppage time. Ibarra crosses. It's headed down. It's headed off the line. Ukebu got in front. A bicycle ball back in. Vitiello catches.
Really good ball into this back post from Probo. As his ball comes back, Ukebu doing a phenomenal job.
Now it is Desmond and Guillen that are getting after it. Guillen is going to see a yellow card.
A bit of coming together with Guillen and Spalding. Tough challenge. Rightly so. Ryan Spalding does not take kindly to it, neither does Lee Desmond. Rash challenge from the center back of the Lights, deserving of a yellow card.
Yellow card issued to Las Vegas Lights, number 33, Aaron Guillen.
That's a man that has won a lot of matches in his time. And the biggest hole that Devin Rensing was trying to plug from last year's group was getting some experience, getting a little bit of an edge, figuring out ways to win matches. Here is Malongo. Corner kick, Sacramento now. In stoppage time with a chance to win it. They have scored in the 93rd minute this season. Benitez gets the ball in, wrapping it around. Gainbridge hooks it in. It bounces off the first man. No chance for a counter as that ball's out of the reach. Not much time left now for one of these two sides to win it. Stepping up to take this. Last chance to win it for Las Vegas. Smart. There will not be a chance. The whistle blows. Full time. here in Las Vegas, and it is a goal apiece between these two groups this evening.
Deserving result for both of these sides. Not much going forward for any of these sides in this second half. A lot of defensive efforts. If you are Neil Collins and Devin Rensing, that's something you can build a foundation on and continue to be pleased about how hard you are to break down. But there is glimpses specifically for the Lights, how good they can be when they do play quickly in between lines. Aaron Guillen, our player of the match, presented by Evil Pie. Ability to score a goal, but also very good in terms of his 1v1 defending.
His first goal in a Lights kit opens the scoring tonight, and the team settle for a point apiece this evening. And that wraps up our coverage of the live match. We have the full-time highlights coming your way in a moment. Final score presented by EPC Staffing. Las Vegas 1, Sacramento 1.
Everyone is looking for a better future, but knowing how to get there can be difficult. At Rise Credit Union, we invest in our communities and empower our members to realize their potential and take control of their finances. Because with the right financial knowledge, 24/7 access, and genuine care, we believe there are no limits to what you can achieve. Become a part of something bigger than just a bank. Rise beyond banking.
At Capriati's, we slow roast butterball turkeys overnight, then hand pull them every morning, and carefully slice the most premium beef sold in America, Snake River Farms American Wagyu. We've been doing this for 50 years. We believe real food made with the best ingredients is worth the extra effort. It's why the Bobby was voted America's greatest sandwich, and why we earned a place in the Cheesesteak Hall of Fame. Try any of our award-winning sandwiches today and taste why we're simply the best since 1976. Sign up for Capriati's Rewards and get a free small sub with purchase.
Las Vegas and Sacramento split the points this evening in the 18th all-time meeting between these two clubs. But in the 20th minute, it's the audacity of Guillen to even try this shot that beats Vitiello.
And it's a time and space given to him by Sacramento Republic. No one steps up. No one closes down the space. It's a good strike. Put on target and give yourself a chance. Vitiello's going to want this one back, but you have to think that the amount of traffic in front of him shields him. He sees it late. Also excited to take it.
10 minutes later, it would be Bonner on the left-hand side. Case starts everything off with this pass in the middle. He's the man that finishes it off thanks to his left arm.
If you are Neil Collins, you have to be really pleased with the amount of numbers you get in the final third, specifically that 18-yard bump. Good cutback ball from Bonner. Does it hit off the left arm? I think yes. Mark Anthony Cade, but yet no VAR here at USL Championship, so the call stands 1-1 as we continue on into late. In this second half, Malongo's first touch, notice how he sent him towards goal. But once he cuts in, you need to go far post. That is a must, because if you do, it's in the back of the net. You play it centrally, good save by the goalkeeper, and to keep it 0-0.
And then this was in the 91st minute. Guillen gets the header. Ukebu steps in front to keep it 1-1. And you take a look at the Western Conference standings presented by AMR and Medic West Ambulance. And this is where we stand right now. Las Vegas in a four-way tie for 8th. Sacramento sitting in 4th place right now. Sacramento goes to Brooklyn for their next USL match. Of course, they have Minnesota United at home on Tuesday in the round of 32 of the US Open Cup. And then 11 days from now, it'll be a visit to 5th place, Oakland, for Las Vegas. But tonight, as has been the case so often in Las Vegas, 4 wins aside, now 2 draws aside when these two clubs collide here in the Sin City. Guillen scores, Kay scores, and it's 1 goal apiece between Las Vegas and Sacramento. For my partner tonight, Ricky Lopez-Espin, and our entire crew. I'm Michael Wattrank signing off. Las Vegas and Sacramento get a point apiece. Good night, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.